Welcome to Forget the Ladder, Reinvent Your Career, a podcast for women ready to accelerate their careers. I'm your host, Annette Garsteck, your career reinvention coach. Are you ready for a career shift or eager to enhance your professional skills? Ever faced a workplace challenge and wondered how to navigate it? Well, you're in the right spot. Join me as we explore effective strategies to tackle career obstacles and ensure you're getting the value you deserve. It's time to redefine success one step at a time. Let's get started. Welcome to Forget the Ladder, Reinvent Your Career. I'm your host and career reinvention coach, Annette Garsteck. This series will give you a peek into what work my clients and I do together to help them take the next step in their career transition. If you're in an open or a confidential job search, I bet you have questions swirling around in your brain, just filling you with worry. Questions like, what if I take a new job and end up hating it in 3 to 6 months? Or what type of opportunity am I even looking for this time around? Or maybe it's the dread of not reaching your full potential and facing boredom again, just at a different or new company. If you've ever had thoughts like this, then I am so glad that you showed up for today's episode because we're going to talk about a crucial step before you start doing anything in your job search. You want to explore what's next for you. So join me as I walk you through that process next. This is the first episode in a series of 9 where I will give you the highlights of my Reinvent Your Career process. Process 1 is professional career direction. I will walk you through 3 areas when considering what's next for you professionally. Number 1, evaluate what you want. Number 2, unlock your superpower. And number 3, redefine your path. Ready? Let's get started. If you're a read, write, or multimodal learner and want a downloadable file to help you follow along with this career exploration process, you can head over to my website and secure a free copy of the guide that accompanies this episode at annettegarsteck.com/exploration. You can also check the description box for more details. All right, so the first step that I was telling you about is called evaluate what you want. So let's talk about how to evaluate what you want. When you're considering leaving a job or experiencing a challenging time in your current job, I recommend taking some time to consider the following. And there's 5 questions. So the first question is, what is happening right now that I'm unhappy with? Number 2, what is missing from my work right now? Number 3, what do I want? Number 4, what are my priorities, both personal and professional? And number 5, what are my non-negotiables? Let's break these down even further. But this step is all about you. So forget everybody else. Put yourself in the center of this evaluation step and only consider your thoughts and feelings when you're answering these 5 questions. I'll help you dig a little deeper right now. So the first question again is, what is happening right now that I'm unhappy with? Dig pretty deep here. Grab your journal or open your voice notes app and just start talking it out. Getting your thoughts and ideas out of your head and onto paper can really help you process them. And it also frees up your mind to ponder other thoughtful questions. And this can be as big of a list or as small of a list as you want, but really go there when you maybe have been afraid to before. What is happening right now that I'm unhappy with? Really answer that question. All right, the second question is, what is missing from my work right now? This question allows you to admit to yourself, because you might have been in a little bit of denial recently, that there is something that you need that's simply not being fulfilled by the work that you do. What's missing? Write it out vividly because you will come back to this question later. Actually, come back to how you answer the question later. And then the third question is, what do I want? This should be the other side of the question we just spoke about, which is what is missing from my work right now. This is a place to map out exactly your ideal career state. What would that look like for you? What would going into work in your ideal career state every day look like for you? Really spend some time and consider. All right, now I want you to think about what are my priorities, both personally and professionally. Identifying your life and your career priorities will help you decide what type of opportunity you're looking for. Do you want to focus on moving to the next level in your career, or do you want more time and space to spend with your loved ones? Or a more balanced approach to pursue a passion project or a side job? And lastly, in this evaluate step, I want you to answer this question for yourself. What are my non negotiables? Recording the things that you are not willing to negotiate on for your next role is a must take step. You are giving power to your wants and desires by committing to them on paper or in any digital format. But notice that you're making a commitment. It's not just an idea. You're saying, these are my non negotiables. Let's take a quick break. I'll meet you back here in 45 seconds. Is your current role that you've been in for over a decade making you feel stuck, like waiting on a dial-up connection to send an email, leaving you questioning why you didn't switch providers sooner? It's me, Annette Garsteck, your career reinvention coach. If you're ready for a career transformation, you've arrived at the right destination. I'm here with Reinvent Your Career. Instead of being stuck, you will launch a strategic and focused career makeover aligned with your values and land a role that acknowledges your strengths. Head over to AnnetteGarsteck.com and book your free strategy call. Your dream job is waiting for you to take the first step. Let's jump right back in talking about your professional career direction. Let's explore and unlock your superpower. This is so fun to do. So let's start with you. Take your time and think through and answer these questions. And these are short ones. What am I good at? What do I enjoy? What comes naturally to me? What's my ideal job title? Where would I love to work? And because we don't always have the ability to unlock our own superpower, not at first, what I want you to do is I want you to crowdsource part of unlocking your superpower. Okay. So I need you to get in touch with 3 people you trust to answer these questions about you. What am I good at? What is my natural talent? And if I weren't a current job title here, what would you see me working as? Review now your self identified answers and compare them to the crowdsourced answers. And I want you to look for a few things. Are there matches? Are there discrepancies? Are there loose themes that you might be able to piece together? Make notes of those things that you discover. And now that you've evaluated and clarified your wants and needs, you've unlocked your superpower, you really know what it is now, you are ready to redefine your path. So here we go. This is where we put it all together. When redefining your path, you will start to get extremely specific. Go to your favorite job board and put in the job titles that you and your crowdsourced partners identified for you. What comes up? What looks interesting? Allow yourself to really go down the job search rabbit hole. Are there any titles you haven't even thought of, or anything that's coming up new that you've never even seen before? What are those requirements? How do you stack up against the requirements? And is there a more senior or a junior title that maybe matches you better or matches your aspirations better? Do these roles meet your non negotiables? A note about this exploration: do not limit yourself when it comes to these jobs. There's a 99.99% chance that you will not actually apply for the role you initially identify or initially find. This search and exploration is purely for your research purposes. Okay. So if you find something that's in a different state and you know it's an on-site job, don't knock it out of your search criteria at this time, because you're actually looking at the roles. What looks good about it? What looks meaningful? Okay. And now you're going to move on and talk about the companies that you're finding during this deep dive. What companies are they? Are they big enough for you? Are they too big and you'd prefer something smaller? Are they in your region or your area? Have you ever identified companies before that you really, really, really wanted to work for, but never pursued it? Put those on the list. And I want you to start looking then at those companies for the roles that you've previously identified. See if they're available. And then based on your preferences, I want you to automate. Let the job boards identify these jobs and companies for you and alert you when something similar is posted or available. Oh, it's so amazing to free up that time and then have those things available for you right in your inbox when you're ready to sit down and sort through them. Okay. So, wow, you've done a lot today. Now you're on the watch for your target roles. It feels so good to be on track, looking for what you want, not looking at everything and being overwhelmed, right? And now you don't have to sit in front of the computer every weekend and rage apply like to 15, 20 jobs that you really don't even know that you want. You have these opportunities you're interested in coming to you. So your homework is to collect 3 to 5 target roles that look super interesting to you over the course of this week. Then tune in next week where I'll talk about all things resume. I'll see you then. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Forget the Ladder, Reinvent Your Career. I'm Annette Garsteck, and it's been a pleasure guiding you through the ins and outs of career reinvention. Remember, every challenge is a stepping stone to your success. Keep investing in your growth and never settle for less than your worth. Stay tuned for more insights in my next episode. Until then, keep taking action towards success and redefining your career path. Want more information about building a successful career? I recommend this video.